there has been a murder.
There's been a murder.
Welcome to Brew Detective, the only podcast that specializes in both Season 3 of HBO's True Detective and brewed beverages such as beer or tea or coffee or even kombucha. I am open to a kombucha episode down the line. I'm open to it. Anything brewed, Earl Grey even. Let's fucking do it.
Let's fucking do it, bro.
I'm down for tea. Tea
Get
time.
it, brew.
I'm joined today by Nick and Brandon, two
stand-up gentlemen.
Two stand-up lovely gentlemen that I'm honored to be in y'all's presence and to talk about the new season of True Detective.
Pretty cool.
Excited to be here, man.
Pretty cool. We just happened to see the first two episodes, and we're like, hey, I'm doing a podcast.
I didn't think of doing a podcast till the day it came out, so that's why we're recapping last week's episode a day before the new episode comes out.
It's good hype.
It's good hype.
It's good hype.
Yeah, we're playing catch up a little bit. That's fine.
All about the hype.
So what are y'all's thoughts on the season so far? I know we've been fans since season 1. We've seen both seasons a couple different times. Tell me about it. Season 3. First impressions.
Looks like super dark, and like they're gonna it could rival season 1 pretty well. Could be better, you know. It's off to a hot start. So
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think the first episode's been fantastic. I think there's a lot of information that they've given us, and it's going to come back later in, and it's just interesting how the amount of information we've gotten so far has...
Let's talk about the amount of information we've gotten. So what we know is there's a boy and a girl going missing, Will and Julie Purcell. They went missing. Detectives Wayne Hayes and Roland West are assigned to the case. Wayne Hayes finds Will Purcell's body at the end of episode 1, and we are led to believe that Julie Purcell is still out there. Her fingerprints came up in a robbery of a pharmacy.
And this is back to what, the 90s? Here when they figure out, they have the prints of Julie. This is not, the same time that she was obviously
Good bringing
missing,
that up. We're working with 3 different timelines here. We're working with the 1980 timeline, the 1990 timeline, and then the 2015. Kind of like how season 1 was formatted a bit. You can tell that there's a clear connection with season 3 to season 1 because it's very, very similar. It's detectives being investigated years after a murder when a case reopens, and that's kind of where we're at.
And we know that Purple Haze has some memory problems.
Yes.
Because even in 90, they're like, and you have memory problems, correct? And then all of a sudden we jump to 2015, and he's like, duh, where am I? You know? So he's got some memory problems. I think that's going to tie in and be a little sketch.
The memory problems, I'm wondering if they're related to maybe some like ritual or some traumatic moment that happened to him between 1980 and 2015. Because in the 1990 deposition, they ask him, like, you're having memory problems?
He's like, oh, no.
And I think part of that's going to tie back to his... They keep bringing up how he served in Vietnam. I think that something probably went down there that's going to come back up later. Like, the guy was Special Forces.
I think the main part about the memory that's going to come into play is I think if you watch season 1, you remember that Woody Harrelson's character and Matthew McConaughey's character lied about how, like, a shootout went down just because they...
I remember that.
It was illegal.
Yeah.
They were trying to go by the book.
They popped this guy. They went onto his property and they like popped this guy in the back of the head. So they had to make it look like they didn't straight up murder this guy.
And that sort of happens again.
Yeah.
In season 3.
And I think so I think he's gonna lie about something, and then he's gotten away with it all this time, and now he's doing this little documentary podcast thing. In 2015, he's probably 70 at this point. And he's going to slip and accidentally say something. And that stupid lady that's doing the interview is going to be like...
Real quick, let me ask about the lady. Is she virtue signaling?
Oh, she's a total, like...
Is she making this documentary about, like, racial progression? Because when she said that, they were like, come the fuck on,
she had her whole little spiel about how she's like a...
Racial injustice.
It was a lot. And it was like, all right, what are your motives here? Like, why are you making this documentary?
There's a theory that she's Julie Purcell.
Oh, good lord. Dude, it's like they got prints from a robbery and she's making a documentary.
That would be a real great way to ruin season 3. You know?
Yeah.
Early, too.
Yeah.
Early on.
I keep thinking about, like, just how they kind of, like, with Julie, like they made it clear that we weren't gonna like find her dead body. Like they kind of give it away that like she's still out there, and Will dies, and then you think like, okay, where's Julie? When are they gonna find her? Are they gonna find her? And then like when they cut to the 90s, I guess it kind of is not spoiled, but like it just comes out so early.
I like that from like a storytelling standpoint because we're not worried about where Julie is now. We're worried about something else.
And it brings you
what
like a
happened.
different twist. Like it's what could it be if we know Julie's alive?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think.
You got some notes over there?
As far as Julie goes, dude, I think it could be like she could be dead. She could have been killed in 1980, like Will. And
what if someone like stole her? Like
some
prints
sketch
or,
ass
like,
probably kept her body
skin.
and like just
Kept her fingers.
I want to like
They
cut
were
off
like-
her skin and wear it to my birthday party.
No, they're like, oh, I'm gonna do this robbery because I'm gonna leave no trace of myself. Like I have her fingerprints and probably 15 other dead people's fingerprints, so that's a possibility to look at too. Maybe Julie is dead, but they think she's out there doing robberies. But no, it's like she's dead still.
Yeah, that could be a twist as well.
Total-
I mean,
total twist.
Someone. Maybe the prints got fucked up in the system too, you know? I
Yeah.
mean, we can in the 80s things aren't that like by the book. Like
they didn't
went
know
into
how
that
to do shit in the 80s, bro.
they went into the Native American guy's house who rides around the cart and does the trash. I forgot the character's name. But they just went into his house because it was open. I don't know if you can do that.
In the 80s, you can.
In the 80s.
Yeah, they find the picture of like his old family, right? And they also find a Vietnam picture, or
Yeah,
no?
he was in
Okay.
the war too.
Yeah, I remember him saying that in like the interview, but I wasn't sure if they found like a
That
nugget in his
interview
head.
scene where Roland West is like, you kind of children much, and he's like, the fuck?
Like,
How do I answer that?
Yeah, what sounds like a good answer to that
the
question?
fuck's the right answer to that?
I
was
thought
like,
that was a great scene. Like
Great scene.
that whole scene was really good.
I'm thoroughly impressed with how it looks right now because it might just be budget. We're 5 years, maybe 3 or 4 years after season 1, but this has been the best looking season so far. Like the tans, the blues, the skin tones, everything is like. It just looks very, very clean. It might be the resolution, it might be streaming in 4K. I don't know what's
It's got a
going
very
on.
like gray filter to it too.
And I like how
Yeah.
they did if you've seen the show Ozark, like I don't prefer that style where everything is just like one color to give you a feel. Like this one does a good job of giving the setting like justice by not just throwing a filter on it. It touches all the colors and like the tones. It's really good.
And these characters so far that we've met are very human. They're not like these crazy badass guys. Not to go back to all the previous seasons, but like season 1, Russ Cole was not a normal dude. You know,
He didn't belong in that city. Like it was like, what are you doing here?
And he's juxtaposed with Woody Harrelson, Marty, normal straight guy, married, kids, that sort of thing.
Alcoholic.
Alcoholic. But,
They have something together, you know,
Yeah.
something that ties them together.
And so in season 3, Wayne Hayes and Roland West, they get like scared. They get curious. Remember when the father, what's his name, Tom Purcell, he was like, shouldn't we be calling the FBI? Isn't that what they do? And Roland's like, well, we don't know
We
if
are
they're...
the FBI. Boy.
I love that scene in the beginning with the two of them, and they're like kind of just chilling, like drinking, smoking, shooting the shit, like shooting at
The
rats.
fox, remember the
Yeah,
fox?
and I love how it kind of gives you like a little bit of like info into who these people are, like and who like their true colors are, like. When Hayes like stops him from shooting the animal, it's like it wasn't even about killing it. It was about doing it fairly. Like he wants it to be a level playing field. Like he
Right.
wants to feel like if he's gonna kill something, he like.
Which is kind of funny. So, the next episode with the pedophile, it's the exact opposite thing. It's like, let's fucking kill this guy because he's a piece of shit. And so I think, like, we saw that scene in the beginning where he's like, don't kill the fox. That might come up later where he's like, don't shoot that guy. Or it's going to be roles reversed.
Exactly.
Where Roland is like, don't kill that guy. And Wayne Hayes is like, I got to do it. or
Yeah,
something.
I think Roland, like, I could see it going down, like, Roland's like, Hayes, you're going to have to kill this guy. Like, it's going to be on you. You're going to have to kill this guy. Like, but then Roland's like thinking in the back of his head, he's like, the guy wouldn't even kill the fox. Like, wouldn't even let me kill the fox. There's no way I can trust him to kill this guy. I'm going to have to kill this guy or something like
They're
that.
predatory vermin. I love that. That's a predatory vermin.
Speaking about the pedophile.
Yes,
So I think
of course, the pedophile.
I think there's definitely like a big pedophile ring.
Well, that's the common thread between all the seasons,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
sex
yeah.
pedophile rings run by giant, like
But
big
dude,
people.
I think the pedophile thing is gonna be its own thing. I don't think it's related to the murders, but they're gonna lead you on like it is.
Do you think the dolls have anything to do with the pedophile ring?
Let's get into
Yeah.
dolls. in the beginning, when the detectives first get to the house, they look at the excuse me, they look at the drawings of the children. I think Will's drawings.
No, I think it was the girls.
It was the girls?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the girls' room. In Will's room, they find like the
porno mags, yeah.
and the hole carved through the fucking.
Let's get there in 1
closet.
second. So with the illustrations that the daughter had, she drew a picture of like a bride and groom, like the same exact kind of corn husk dolls that we see leading Wayne Hayes to find Will's body. Now, in episode 2, we find out that she got those from a house when she was trick-or-treating, you know? I'm going to go out here right now and make a bold prediction. It's Amelia Hayes who did it. The wife, the teacher, I think she totally did it. I hate that I'm jumping into that part right now, but let me just explain it. So she wrote the book that Wayne never read, all right? And she's dead now. Guarantee it, Wayne reads the book, and when his memory's all fucked up, he realizes, how did she know that? I never told her that part of the fucking thing. She did these murders to become a famous author and married the detective who was investigating it to cover her ass. Remember when she's like, I go to cities and pretend to be anybody else. She's a liar.
That was fishy.
She's a fucking liar. And of course she's the one who's doing the detective work of, where'd you get this doll? Where'd you get this doll? It's fucking her. She gave the doll.
That'll be
Guarantee it.
interesting. I mean, you can't rule it out until, because we're only 2 episodes in, so a lot could still happen.
A lot of theories.
Yeah, a lot of theories. A lot of theories are still plausible. That one, there's no holes in that one yet.
Right.
But we're only
Yet.
2 episodes in, so I mean.
Keyword yet.
Exactly. I can't make a prediction yet, but dude, I want to talk about his daughter. I want to talk about Hayes' daughter,
Rebecca Hayes.
Yes, I think she's a big piece of this.
I think he did something that he doesn't remember doing to her, and that leads to the frustration of the son being like, he can't bring it up to him.
Could she be dead though?
She could be dead, maybe. I don't think she is. Just there's something significant about her moving to LA.
I mean, dude, when Roland just walks out into the street and he's in his
Wayne,
Wayne, and he's just in his pajamas, dude, he's pretty far gone.
He doesn't know what is up or down.
I mean, he might just have forgotten that his daughter is not even alive. Like at the scene when they're having dinner with they're kind of the way that they play with him. It seems like they're just they don't want to lead him on, so they just play along with his game.
Let's make a note real quick to go back to Rebecca Hayes. First and foremost, though, we need a chug to bless the show. It's like how...
It's about time. It's getting warm.
You know in restaurants, how if you break a glass on the first night you're open, it's a good luck sign? We need a chug on the first podcast.
And then break the glass.
And then break the glass. Throw it at the fucking wall. I don't care.
Max told me I was going to have to chug, but I didn't know it was going to be a Tropicalia.
Oh, Trop Schmop.
Where's your chug?
I'm not chugging. I'm not the chugger.
Mine's almost done. Where have you been?
Nick, you're the best chugger of the house. You've solidified that title. Just like I'm the best Overwatch player of the house.
And I'm the best Overwatch player, too.
Probably. So, just real quick, let's just get it out of the way. I don't want to
Let's get it done, man. Let's get it done.
We were doing good on the show. I just want to get
drag on 5 more minutes. I'm just kidding.
Get it done, boy. Fuck yeah. Just, dude, 10 out of 10, man. Good form.
Got a little dribble on the beard, but that's all right.
Oh, wow. Came prepared.
Nice.
Good
That
shit.
was fun.
All right, so...
How you feel? Nice.
So, Rebecca Hayes, the estranged daughter...
That was rookie time, by the way.
But, I mean, you're dealing with a higher ABV.
Yeah.
You know, usually you're chugging High Life.
Half a second to a second cushion just for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a handicap when you're drinking a higher ABV beer.
We're usually shooting a 4-second flat.
Dude, you hit 3.6. You did a 3.6 40-meter
That's
dash.
official. That's
And no
official
drop.
record. That's the official time.
No, that's we hired.
Time
Remember we
stamp.
hired that dude to fucking I don't know. All right.
He was a professional Guinness Book of World Records recorder, so it was on the dot.
You know the Guinness Book of World Records stopped allowing crazy food challenges and shit because people were killing themselves. They stopped allowing ridiculous shit because people were just hurting and damaging their bodies to get in the book.
Someone drank too much water and killed themselves trying to win a radio
you can
contest.
float your brain, yeah.
Scary.
They literally have people who can swallow the most swords.
All right, back to Rebecca Hayes. So, the estranged daughter of Wayne Hayes. We're not too sure where she is, how she plays into all this. Maybe she knows the mom did it, and she's like, I'm dipping out because I can't tell my father who doesn't know what's going on. I think he's gonna have a moment of clarity, and he snaps out of his dementia and like fucking sends it and cracks the case open in 2015.
What if
He has been saying like working on the case is helping him explore his brain, like remembering new shit and opening like parts of his memory that have just been like stale probably from dementia just a long time. But like I think even on the poster or the True Detective thing, it's like time
is
like,
a flat circle.
It's like time like takes everything but the truth. So
Yeah.
it's like this whole time thing and like him going deeper and deeper into it is eventually going to bring something out that we don't know.
What if the mother, like the teacher, the wife,
Amelia Hayes.
the author,
Yes.
Amelia Hayes.
Amelia Hayes. Amelia
What
Earhart.
what if she ended up like killing herself? Because we know there was a funeral.
We don't know how she died.
We don't know how she died. She probably killed herself because she couldn't live with it, and the son has no fucking idea.
No, I think she was like, if the theory is that she did the murders, which is an off-kilter theory to begin with, I think she would like want to live with it. I think she would like the game.
would tell him before she. I think she
would've
would.
done
Maybe
it
she
more.
did tell him and he doesn't remember.
Dude,
you know?
if she murdered like that,
Dude, is that why he has memory issues? Because he learned that his wife did the murders
And
and,
he
it
didn't believe
fucked
it,
him up
and he
so
just
bad.
didn't
Repressed.
believe it.
There's a lot of shit that
Amen.
I'm really excited just for. Like, in the
Let's
next-
you brought up the uncle. I think his name was Uncle Dan.
Yeah, the
Uncle
wife.
Dan.
So the Purcell's mother like has a cousin who's.
What's her name? I got it written down.
it-
Lucy. Lucy Purcell.
Yeah, Lucy Purcell. So Lucy Purcell has
She's a
had
piece of work.
Whew.
I'm
They
entitled
got
to
some
a life.
problems. They got some mad marital problems. So when I first saw the drawing in the girl's room, I thought she was drawing the wedding because she was like, you know, like she came from like kind of a broken home. I thought she was like maybe like these are my parents, like all happy.
Well, that's maybe why she was so infatuated with the doll. You
Right,
know? That
right.
might be her attachment to marriage or commitment or something. You know what I mean?
The Lucy Purcell's brother though or cousin is like still definitely a suspect in all this
Uncle
shit.
Dan. All right.
He's definitely.
he literally the words "I played with the kids a few times" came out of his
I
mouth.
know, and that was
He literally
definitely.
said that, dude. He had the hole in the wall. He said he played with them a couple times. Dude, he's
and we find out
he's
they're his
ju-
Playboy magazines. Under
Yeah.
there.
They are his
They're not. They're
Playboys.
not the Sons. They're not Will's.
Which I
They're-
guess is good. Maybe.
Yeah, but it kind of tells us that he's like maybe not perverted, but like he has a sexual like. Yeah, not a deviant, but like the hole in the wall plus the nudie mags. It's like okay.
Our
obviously we're
intro to
supposed
that
take
character is that he is sexually something.
and he's like
you
an
know?
uncle to them. He's like
Okay.
an uncle to
Let's
the kids.
talk about Uncle real quick, because that scene with Uncle Dan where the cops are talking to him on the porch, they go out and talk to Tom Purcell's parents.
yeah.
And Tom Purcell's mother lets it slip that Julie might not be Tom's son.
Yeah.
She was sleeping around while he was
and
offshore
he
working.
knows that.
Remember? And he goes, "You're out looking for dick."
No, he knows. He knows.
Hey,
No,
hey there.
he knows that it's not his daughter because when they picked him up and he was walking home from work, he was like, "My son." He was like, "My kids and my son Will." And then he didn't say because he was like, "Well, I don't give a fuck about her. She's not even my
That
kid."
definitely has to have an effect
notice
on
that,
their
though?
marriage. Yeah,
Yeah.
their marriage is strained. We know that the daughter might be illegitimate. Is that the way to put
Yeah.
it? Illegitimate.
Yeah, he might not. There could be another father involved.
Yeah, and
Like,
maybe is Julie off with the father right now? Is that who she ran off
I
to,
thought
her
that's
what it
biological
could
father?
be,
it could be. I mean, like
Is she off with Amelia Hayes
Which
right now?
I don't know if
I'm serious.
I know if this could be a weird like
Do you guys need a beer?
this could be a bit of a stretch, but I think I told Precious. I don't know if I told you or to see what you think, but like, what if cousin or
Uncle Dan.
Uncle Dan.
Uncle Dan.
What if Julie or the little girl, that's her name, right? That went missing.
Are you still good?
Yeah.
I might have to go downstairs.
Whatever. But what if the little girl was Uncle Dan's and the wife's
like incest.
Incestual
yeah.
But wouldn't she be like?
Not necessarily, because look at Thrones. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's like so long. I feel like today it's like, ew. I don't know, like back then everyone was fucking everyone because there were not 100 billion people, but now it's like, dude, if you're fucking your cousin
They're
like this.
Oklahoma trash. They probably fucked
Arkansas
Arkansas
trash.
Ozarks, brother.
Arkansas trash.
So I
Woo-wee, what is it?
Okay, let's
Zoo.
talk about Arkansas real quick. This season is definitely inspired by a case called the West Memphis 3. There's
Oh, I
three.
love that case, bro. No, seriously. There was like a band called like the West Memphis.
Yeah, they were inspired by like satanic rituals.
Yeah.
That's the Black Sabbath shirt reference. The boys
Yes,
with the
yes.
long hair. It was 3 boys who killed 3 8-year-old boys. And it was a real case. It happened. In
They got-
Arkansas.
they got- they
In
got
West
much-
I mean,
Memphis,
are the
Arkansas.
kids like from the school and the buggy? Like, are they suspects?
Let's talk
still?
about the kids
Are they
because
suspects?
the purple color is something that's been going on right now.
The buggy? Like
Yeah,
the
the purple buggy.
His
The fact that the guys in
Will's
purple
red
haze.
backpack. Julie's red sweater.
Red or
They're
purple?
Julie's red sweater. Will's red backpack. The buggy is purple.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about colors that don't fit in the palette because
Oh,
everything is
actually,
tan and blue.
yeah.
They pop, and then you
They pop.
recognize them. you
Exactly.
notice it,
They're
yeah.
there for a reason.
Like the
And
school bus. The
Amelia,
school bus,
I'm
dude.
99% sure, is wearing red in almost every scene we see her in. I'm so full on that. She is. There's something up there.
Oh man,
be.
dude, I don't know if I don't know how I feel about that.
I
I don't know if
think-
I would
But
like
why would she? What is her motive,
Dude,
to
what's
go
her-
after those two, kids?
What's her motive to go to other cities and pretend to be something
Well, she's a
else?
teacher. Though, like that's her town that she lives in. So I'm saying, like, I don't know, like, why would I get it if she goes somewhere else and like kills someone and comes back, like,
Right.
and doesn't live
Isn't
there?
that a book? Like, isn't that a book? Like, you fly to Europe, you murder someone, and you come right back.
Isn't that just hostile?
I thought we were going somewhere. Do we have some?
So what about the West Memphis 3? These kids
Oh, yeah,
were
so-
charged with the murder of a
Yeah,
kid, right?
yeah. But
these punks,
there's a
like-
whole thing with the case that the cops didn't like. You know how making a murder is like, well, the cops didn't.
No,
follow-
those kids are free now. They in like 2015.
What did
Yeah.
they coerce them into, like a?
No. The
admission or
cops
something?
like didn't go the proper route of taking evidence. Like having the OJ case, he like
Right.
jumped the gate, and so that was ruled out in court.
That could
and shit
happen
like
in
that.
this shit.
No,
that could
exactly.
happen.
So
Maybe there is that correlation because I think it was 2015. Those kids, the actual West Memphis, and then the current one takes place in 2015. The most current
that
timeline.
is a
Dude,
very good theory.
That is totally. That's
so
what's gonna
these
happen.
kids might get locked up
They're
for a murder that they didn't do, and it's Amelia the whole time, or it's someone we
And
don't know
that's-
yet.
Maybe that's the
What I love
lie.
about this season is that it's like literally true detective, like crime, like noir type work instead of like big like. Well, it could be that, like,
It's-
piss in the wind.
Oh,
Like,
big
I'm glad that
question.
they're like asking people, they're canvassing the neighborhood,
They're
like
good cops.
They're looking at the like all the clues, and it's like, dude, this is awesome to
Real
watch.
quick,
Like,
let's talk about the performances. Mahershala Ali and
Yeah.
what's his face? Fucking. I was
playing Roland West.
Pufferfish.
I was
or-
saying it in my
or
head
Luke
30
Puffer,
times
like,
before. Fucking.
Roland's character.
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
It's
I
like
was literally.
Woodruff Park or something.
got- yeah.
Steven Dorff.
Stephen Dorff.
I am so unfamiliar with his body of work. I'm not familiar with his roles. I know he was in Blade. I
I've
think
seen
he
him
was in
a couple of
shows.
bullshits here and there.
He is so good in this.
amazing.
And
I'm glad you brought him up though, because dude, does he die?
no, he's in the preview for the next episode older.
Really? Okay,
Yeah, we
cool.
see him older.
Because I don't want him.
we
to
haven't
die.
seen him
I
in
wanna-
the present day yet.
Yeah.
But
Or
real
in the
quick.
90s.
If Steven Dorff's performance is so good next to Mahershala Ali, one of the best working actors right now. Remember, he won an Oscar
won
for
an
Moonlight
Oscar, yeah.
on like 12 minutes of screen time. He was not in Moonlight at all, and he won a fucking Oscar. If Steven Dorff looks like this good next to one of the best actors of all time, I'm so fucking for it, man. Like, I think we're in for a season that we're not that we didn't expect to be this good. We're back to the basics of the investigators of the original case getting investigated, and they investigate.
It went back
further.
to what worked in season 1.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, I get why season 2 was a little different. Like, try it. Like,
Yeah,
test the waters.
exactly.
But I'm glad I'm getting season 1 vibes right now.
I think we all are. I think the vibes that we're getting are very, very much aligned with how season 1 went and how it's going to go.
For sure.
Do you guys have any other suspects you want to talk about? 'Cause, I
Are we
mean,
on to suspects?
yes, I have one actually. The neighbor lady that's taking down the Halloween decorations.
She was there at their house during the
Consoling
funeral.
her,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. I mean, but she looked fine. Like,
Remember
she's
that.
okay.
Her
They-
ass is doing murder.
No. Wait. They got the fucking corn husk dolls from someone trick-or-treating. And the first
Yeah, that's
introduction, we see that woman. She's taking Halloween decorations down, waving at them when they're on their bikes.
It's a good.
And she's there every step of the way with consoling the family at the funeral when they get the note, that sort of thing.
So what's her connection to
Oh, I
Amelia
forgot about the
then?
note, bro.
No. They
How
might
are,
be.
are they part of a ring? Are they part of some satanic shit? Like, are they together at all? Like,
I love how we're only 2 episodes in, and so it's endless. Like, whoever did the murders, we probably haven't even been introduced yet.
or
you know?
we saw them in the first episode.
That's what
like,
they did, man. In season 1, he saw him on the lawnmower.
What's his
at the-
name?
at the
Errol
school.
Childress?
Yeah.
Yeah, Earl. Like his family been working these.
Oh,
young
my
things.
family's been here a
Dude.
long
Yeah,
time.
Good
Alright,
God.
the pedophile they beat up, dude. His last name was LaGrange. Is that not like a season 1 name?
Yeah,
definitely.
it is.
I
That's
could
a
have
little
sworn
shit.
that was in season 1. Like they just happened to mention it briefly in season 1.
And
Yeah.
I love that scene where he's in the truck stop and the guy from Vice, like the undercover cop, is kind of trying to give him a tip.
Let's
I'm
talk
like,
about
that's
him
a
real
cool
quick.
scene.
So he goes to a Vice cop, and the Vice cop gives him the name of the pedophile.
And he's working at some like smut store.
Yeah,
like,
undercover
truckers,
or
yeah.
something. So the pedophile, I forgot the character's name. Whatever, the pedophile. Everyone, if you've seen the fucking
LaGrange.
episode, you
Yeah,
know
LaGrange.
Yeah,
LaGrange.
fucking A, dude. You almost feel for him for a second. For 1 second, you're almost like, all right, they shouldn't kill this guy. But then when you get, when you understand that he's been playing guitar at a preschool using a different name.
That's sketchy.
That's
He said he's
insane.
been using the different name to start a new life, dude. You're just
To hide it.
molesting more
Dude,
Dude,
kids.
fuck
All
that
right,
guy.
so
Yeah.
what is
Fuck
for
that guy.
what is for certain like facts?
Okay.
There's a pedophile ring. There is a pedophile
They,
ring.
in the first
I don't
two
think
episodes,
it's a fact yet.
It's not a fact, but they've alluded to something.
So tell me this though.
Okay.
That bus, they were sleeping in their car.
What are you talking about? Who was sleeping
Or
in the
maybe
car?
they weren't sleeping, but they were just in their car. They got the bennies. It's that morning.
They got to Benihana?
No, the
That-
two
the-
detectives.
the
they got
bennies,
they
remember?
like.
Oh, the
that's so they
fucking
could go to
benzos,
sleep. You're
yeah.
talking about
Yeah,
so they could go
dude,
to
to
bed.
help him pass out.
So they
right?
slept in their
So
car
they
that
probably
night.
passed out when that bus drove up.
Dude.
Dude, that bus had no signs on it. It was just a yellow.
I think the bus was just to show that like everyone's really careful. right
Yeah,
now.
none of the kids were getting on the
people
bus.
are
They were
getting
going to
driven
school.
to and
Kids,
from.
yeah.
And
school,
also,
like,
I thought it was. You brought up the colors, how yellow pops, and
Yes.
also like the dad works at the school bus, like, and he shows up to work like right after.
Going on the dad real quick. Scoot McNairy is such a good character actor.
He really is.
He pops up here and there, and he's always good. He adds to whatever he's in on screen every scene. Like he's a good fucking actor.
No way he did it.
Dude,
No way.
No way.
No way. I'll bet
He was working on his
$1,000
goddamn
that he has
car the
nothing to
whole
do with
time.
it.
I'm interested to see though, like what he knows and like what he hasn't let on, because I think that there are things that a lot of the characters know, like the mom, the dad, the cousin, that
Okay.
like.
We're gonna find out about Julie's birth father. I think next episode.
Probably.
I think we're gonna find out about that
Because they
soon.
kind of ended on that.
I
one.
think that that's a clue that they want us to harp on, but we're not gonna give it to him. We're not gonna give him that one. We're gonna give him fucking Amelia Hayes here. I am so dead set on
So
that.
wait, so we on the Who Done Did It now? Because we're
Dude, yeah. I mean,
It's
I
whatever.
kind of abandoned that
Okay.
this episode. We've just been kind of going.
someone who could have Who Done Did It.
Yes.
And I don't know if the murders or just is part of the pedophile ring. He's definitely one or the other.
Real quick. So, 2 sections of the show I want to do. Where are they now? We recap the most recent episode. We talk about the discoveries, the reveals, what we know, what we think might happen. Then we go to the potential suspects, who done did it, and we theorize about where we think the show is going and kind of point fingers at people a little bit and be like, he did it. No way he did it. So, sorry about that. Keep going.
I can't tell if I think he did the murders, but he definitely is either part of the pedophile ring or knows about it and is trying to cover it up. The fucking like police chief or whatever. Because
Which police chief? The guy who's...
Are you talking about the guy from the past or the guy from the '90s who's
yeah,
interviewing
which police
him?
chief?
the guy who was in. I think it was the guy who gave the speech on the TV in
Okay.
the 90s. Or in
Oh,
the
yeah,
80s,
The
on the
80s, yeah, the guy who was like at the town hall, like
The guy
he
who
was like-
didn't listen to him and was
No,
like...
he-
He was
and
like...
he
was
could
in-
be trying to cover something up and
And-
protect
maybe.
people.
And when they said something about the pedophiles or something, he was just no way, bro. Like, and it's just like, well, yeah.
I guarantee you the pedophile is related to him. That pedophile is going to come up again.
Yeah, I wouldn't
No
be surprised
question.
if whatever it is, it's gonna be like some sort of people in a position of power that are just taking advantage of that position. Like
For
that's
sure.
what it's gonna be about.
And that's been a common thread from season 1. You know, people in power taking advantage of the disenfranchised, whatever that may mean for the season.
I mean,
you know?
dude, the first episode was what? Like they killed the prostitutes? It was a prostitute, right?
Dora Lang,
Dora,
she was. Yeah.
So it's like these people she's nothing. Like,
Right,
you know, it's
right.
like people that you can take advantage of easily and that no one cares about protecting.
Children.
It's a teacher, dude. She's so fucking hot, bro.
Amelia?
Yeah. Y'all don't
Guy
think
who
so?
still doesn't know her name.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. I've said her name 50
What's
times.
the pedophile's name?
LaGrange.
Okay, you remember that time.
I'm listening, motherfucker. I'm
But you didn't
listening.
know the first time.
Not a quiz, the quiz show. What do you
Dude,
know?
I think Amelia's fine.
Me too. She's a
bro.
gorgeous woman.
I want her to teach me.
So we got 6 more episodes of True Detective Season 3, which means 6 more episodes of the podcast of Brew Detective, where we're going to be drinking beer, drinking tea, drinking coffee, whatever you want. I might even get a fucking Keurig for the table.
What do the listeners want us to drink? That's what we need.
What
to
do the
find
listeners
out.
want us to drink?
What do they do? They want us drinking hard liquor? Like, do they want?
Well, that's not brewed.
That's true.
It's brewed. It has to be brewed.
True.
That's the.
I wish I could drink LaCroix, honestly.
Swipe up and vote on what we should drink next. You know, I don't know.
Swipe up on a YouTube video.
Yeah. Swipe up.
All right, so that was Brew Detective Episode 1, where we cover True Detective Season 3 Episodes 1 and 2 because they premiered at the same time. That kind of threw us through a bit of a loop, but we're going to be back on track. Season 3, or Episode 3 of True Detective comes out tomorrow night. The episode of Brew Detective covering that episode, Jesus Christ, that's so wordy.
There's been a murder.
There has been a murder.
A murder.
The episode of Brew Detective covering True Detective Season... Jesus fucking Christ.
So, episode 3 tomorrow.
So episode 3 comes out tomorrow of Brew Detective. I'm struggling with
got
that.
it, brother.
I'm struggling.
of the TV show comes out tomorrow.
And they'll figure it out. When does the next podcast come out? If you don't know when it's gonna come out, then you're a fucking idiot at this point. When is the
Sunday
podcast
nights
come
at
out?
nine.
The podcast comes out Tuesday mornings.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Bet.
doing.
Bet.
And if I don't release them Tuesday mornings, I'm Venmoing every listener $5.
Is it enough? Will
I'm not
it be
doing that.
out
Not
before
doing
your
that.
commute to work?
$5.
Will those commuting to work be able to hear it Tuesday morning?
Depends what time I record on
Better
Monday.
get your ass up.
I know, right? Fuck me. All right. Brew Detective Episode 1 in the books. This was fun. I want to keep doing this. Thank you guys. I fucking love you guys. You've been on all the podcasts I've done. You know. But yeah, fucking cheers. Let's fucking have a good rest of the season of True Detective. Let's fucking have some more discussions. Nick's got an empty beer.
Empty beer. I'm not going to pretend to drink it.
Thank you, everybody, for listening, for watching, for participating in whatever
There's been a murder.
form that may be. Just know that, ladies and gentlemen, there has been a murder.
A murder.
A murder, you say? All right.
A murder.
Thank you guys for listening. Next episode should be out soon. Take care.